Welcome to our journey through ancient Egypt, where we'll uncover some of the most fascinating aspects of this incredible civilization. From the rise of the first pharaoh to the intricate hieroglyphic writing system, the ancient Egyptians left an indelible mark on human history. Join me as we delve into their world, exploring their beliefs, their innovations, and the mysteries that continue to captivate us thousands of years later. Get ready to explore towering pyramids, decipher ancient texts, and come face to face with the gods and goddesses that ruled the Egyptian cosmos. This is more than just a history lesson. It's a cosmic exploration of a civilization that dared to dream big and reach for the stars. Let's begin our adventure. Picture, if you will, the Nile River Valley thousands of years ago. Before the pyramids, before the Sphinx, before even the written word as we know it, there was a land divided, Upper and Lower Egypt, each with their own rulers, their own customs. Imagine the conflicts, the power struggles. Enter King Narmer, a name that echoes through the halls of time. He's not just a king, no, he's the unifier, the one who brings order out of chaos. With his crown, a blend of Upper and Lower Egypt symbols, he ushers in an era unlike any before it, the Age of the Pharaohs. This wasn't just a political shift, it was the birth of a new world order. Think about the implications. A unified Egypt meant centralized power, shared resources, and the ability to achieve great things. No longer would internal strife hold them back. This newfound unity, this shared destiny, it's the fertile ground from which Egyptian civilization would blossom. It's the foundation upon which those iconic pyramids would be built, the bedrock of their cultural achievements. So remember King Narmer, my friend. He might not have built the pyramids or written the Book of the Dead, but he set the stage. He's the first act in this grand Egyptian drama, and every chapter that follows is built upon his legacy. Now imagine wanting to record your thoughts, your dreams, your history, but the only tools you have are symbols. Not just any symbols, mind you, but pictures, intricate and beautiful, each one holding a universe of meaning. That's the magic of hieroglyphs. These weren't just pretty pictures, no sir, they were a sophisticated system of writing, a blend of logograms representing whole words and phonetic symbols representing sounds. Imagine the mental gymnastics involved. Scribes, those masters of this ancient code, held a revered place in Egyptian society. Think about it, the very act of writing was considered sacred, a way to connect with the divine. Carved into temple walls, painted on papyrus scrolls, these symbols weren't just conveying information, they were weaving a tapestry of belief, culture, and cosmic connection. Today, when we decipher these ancient writings, it's like listening to the whispers of pharaohs, the echoes of a civilization long gone, each symbol a key, unlocking secrets and revealing the wonders of this ancient world. So the next time you see a hieroglyph, don't just see a pretty picture. See the power of language, the ingenuity of the human mind, and the enduring legacy of a civilization that dared to speak across millennia. Let's talk about ambition. And when I say ambition, I'm talking about a project so audacious, so mind-bogglingly massive, it still boggles the mind today. I'm talking, of course, about the Great Pyramid of Giza. Imagine this, over 2.3 million blocks of limestone, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons, precisely cut and fitted together with nothing but copper tools and sheer human ingenuity. It's a testament to human potential, a cosmic middle finger to anyone who says it can't be done. This wasn't just a feat of engineering, it was a statement of power, a declaration of Pharaoh Khufu's connection to the cosmos. Think about the logistics, the quarrying, the transporting, the lifting, the placement. It's a symphony of sweat, ingenuity, and sheer willpower conducted on an epic scale. And let's not forget the precision involved. The Great Pyramid is aligned with the cardinal directions with astonishing accuracy, a testament to the Egyptians' understanding of astronomy and mathematics. It's like they plucked a star from the sky and used it as their blueprint. The Great Pyramid isn't just a tomb, my friends. It's a time capsule, a message from the past, a challenge to the future. It's a reminder that humans are capable of extraordinary things when we dare to dream big. Imagine being both a political leader and a living god. That's the duality, the awesome responsibility that rested on the shoulders of every pharaoh. They weren't just kings, they were intermediaries between the divine and the mortal, their word carrying the weight of cosmic law. The pharaoh wasn't just a ruler, but a shepherd, guiding their people not just in this life, but in the next. Their power wasn't just about armies and taxes. It was about maintaining Ma'at, the cosmic order, the balance of the universe. Talk about pressure. Imagine the expectations. The pharaoh was expected to ensure the Nile's floods, to appease the gods, to protect Egypt from its enemies. Their success or failure wasn't just a matter of politics, it was a matter of cosmic consequence. But this wasn't just about power, it was also about piety. Pharaohs were expected to be devout, to perform rituals, to build temples, to honor the gods. Their reign wasn't just about earthly power, it was about securing their place in the afterlife. So the next time you see an image of a pharaoh, don't just see a king on a throne. See the embodiment of divine right, the weight of a civilization on their shoulders, the awesome responsibility of leading their people not just in this world, but towards eternity. Imagine a river so vital, so intertwined with the fate of a civilization that it's not just a waterway, it's practically a deity. That's the Nile River for you, the lifeblood of ancient Egypt, a ribbon of fertility winding through the desert. This wasn't just a source of water, it was the engine of their agricultural prowess. Each year, like clockwork, the Nile would flood, depositing rich silt that turned the arid land into fertile ground. It was a cycle of renewal, a cosmic dance between water and earth. But the Nile was more than just sustenance. It was a highway, a bustling artery of commerce and communication. Imagine boats laden with grain, gold, and granite sailing up and down the river, connecting the farthest reaches of the kingdom. And let's not forget the spiritual significance. The Nile was a reflection of the heavens, its annual floods mirroring the celestial cycles. It was a source of life, a symbol of rebirth, and a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. So the next time you see a map of Egypt, don't just see a river. See the pulse of a civilization, the rhythm of life, the ebb and flow of history. The Nile wasn't just geography, it was destiny. Now, let's talk about a subject that might seem a bit morbid, but is actually a testament to the human desire for immortality: mummification. For the ancient Egyptians, death wasn't the end, it was just a transition, a journey to the afterlife. Imagine this: skilled embalmers, their hands guided by ritual and knowledge passed down through generations, carefully removing organs, preserving them, and preparing the body for its journey to the underworld. It was a delicate and sacred process. Think about it. The body is dried with salts, anointed with oils and resins, then wrapped in layers upon layers of linen bandages, amulets tucked in for protection. It's like weaving a cocoon of eternity, preserving not just the physical form, but the essence of the individual. This wasn't just about preventing decay. It was about ensuring that the soul, the ka, would recognize its earthly vessel in the afterlife. It was about giving the deceased the tools they needed to navigate the underworld and achieve eternal life. So the next time you see a mummy, don't just see a preserved corpse. See a testament to the human longing for immortality, a glimpse into a belief system that saw death not as an ending but as a transformation. Now, let's journey into the realm of the divine, into a world populated by gods and goddesses with the heads of animals, powers beyond measure, and a penchant for drama that would put any soap opera to shame. Get ready to meet the Egyptian pantheon. Imagine a sky ruled by Ra, the sun god, sailing across the heavens in his solar bark, battling darkness each night to bring forth the dawn. Talk about a tough commute. And then there's Osiris, god of the underworld, resurrected after being murdered by his brother Set. Family drama indeed. But it's not all cosmic battles and sibling rivalry. There's Isis, the magical healer and devoted wife, who pieces her husband back together. And let's not forget Anubis, the jackal-headed god of embalming, ensuring safe passage into the afterlife. These weren't just distant deities, they were active forces in the lives of the Egyptians. Their presence felt in the Nile's floods, the sun's warmth, the cycle of life and death. They were worshipped in grand temples, honored with offerings and invoked in times of need. So the next time you encounter an Egyptian god, don't just see a strange creature with an animal head. See the embodiment of natural forces, the reflection of human hopes and fears, the complex tapestry of belief that gave meaning to their world. Let's return to those colossal monuments that have captivated our imaginations for millennia, the pyramids of Giza. These weren't just burial mounds, they were expressions of power, testaments to faith, and marvels of engineering that still defy easy explanation. Imagine a sprawling complex, not just one pyramid, but three major ones, each the final resting place of a fourth dynasty pharaoh. And let's not forget the smaller pyramids, the temples, the causeways, the Sphinx, all laid out with a precision that suggests more than just earthly planning. These structures weren't just tombs, they were gateways to the afterlife, symbolic representations of the sun's rays and perhaps even repositories of ancient wisdom. The more we study them, the more questions we uncover. Consider the astronomical alignments. The pyramids are oriented to the cardinal directions with remarkable accuracy, and some scholars believe their placement mirrors constellations in the night sky. Were they designed as giant astronomical clocks mapping the heavens? The pyramids of Giza remain an enigma, a challenge to our understanding of the past. They are a reminder that we don't have all the answers, that there are still mysteries to be unraveled, secrets waiting to be discovered. Imagine embarking on a journey, not to a distant land, but to the afterlife, armed with a guidebook filled with spells, hymns, and instructions to navigate the underworld. That's the Book of the Dead, a collection of funerary texts designed to ensure a smooth transition into eternity. This wasn't a single book, but a compilation of spells, prayers, and hymns often written on papyrus scrolls and placed within tombs. Think of it as a spiritual survival guide, a cosmic cheat sheet to help the deceased navigate the perils of the underworld. Imagine facing down terrifying creatures, pleading your case before Osiris, the god of the underworld, and proving your worthiness to enter the afterlife. The Book of the Dead provided the words, the rituals, the knowledge needed to succeed. It contained spells to protect the deceased from harm, hymns to appease the gods, and even instructions on how to navigate the complex geography of the underworld. It was a passport to eternity, a map to navigate the afterlife. So, the next time you hear about the Book of the Dead, don't just think of it as a morbid artifact. See it as a testament to the human desire for immortality, a window into the Egyptian belief system, and a reminder that death for them was not the end but a new beginning. Let's conclude our journey with perhaps the most enigmatic monument of ancient Egypt, the Great Sphinx of Giza. Carved from the bedrock itself, this colossal creature, with its lion's body and human head, has stood sentinel over the Giza plateau for millennia, a silent guardian of secrets. Imagine the audacity of carving a creature so massive, so imposing, directly from the living rock. It's a testament to the skill of the ancient Egyptian artisans, a fusion of human creativity and natural wonder. But the Sphinx is more than just a pretty face. It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma, its true purpose shrouded in mystery. Was it a solar deity, a guardian of the necropolis, a representation of royal power? Theories abound, but the Sphinx remains tight-lipped. Some believe the Sphinx's missing nose was a casualty of Napoleon's troops using it for target practice. They didn't, while others see it as evidence of deliberate defacement. The truth, like the desert sands, shifts with time. The Great Sphinx is a reminder that the past is a foreign country full of wonder, beauty, and mysteries that may never be fully solved. It stands as a challenge to our understanding, a silent invitation to explore, to question, and to marvel at the achievements of those who came before us. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of ancient Egypt. From the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt to the construction of the pyramids, from the intricacies of hieroglyphic writing to the mysteries of the afterlife, we've only just scratched the surface of this fascinating civilization. But remember, the story of ancient Egypt isn't just about the past, it's about the present. Their innovations in mathematics, astronomy, and engineering continue to influence us today. Their art, architecture, and mythology continue to inspire. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the spirit of discovery alive. The ancient Egyptians remind us that the universe is full of wonders, and it's up to us to uncover them. Stay tuned for more fascinating historical insights. Welcome to our journey through the wonders of ancient Egypt. Today, we'll uncover some of the most intriguing aspects of this incredible civilization. Imagine a civilization so advanced that they were building things that would stump even our best engineers today, thousands of years ago. And yet, for all their monuments and mysteries, we can still relate to them. They looked up at the same night sky, pondered the same big questions about life and death, and found ingenious ways to thrive in a challenging environment. Our journey begins not with the Great Pyramid of Giza, as you might expect, but with its older, humbler cousin, the Step Pyramid of Djoser. Picture this. It's the 27th century BC, and the Egyptian landscape is dotted with mastabas, flat-topped tombs that look like, well, giant rectangular cakes. Then along comes the architect Imhotep, a true visionary, and decides to stack these mastabas one on top of the other, creating a monumental stairway to the heavens. This wasn't just innovation, it was a statement. The pharaoh, no longer content with a simple tomb, now ascended to the afterlife on a grand architectural scale. And thus, the pyramid was born. Imagine a civilization so powerful and enduring that it seems invincible. That was Egypt at the height of its power. But even empires can be shaken, and around 1650 BC, a new force arrived on the scene, the Hyksos. These weren't your typical invaders. Content with plunder and pillage, the Hyksos settled in, adopted Egyptian customs, and most importantly, brought with them game-changing military technology. We're talking about chariots, those fast-moving war machines that could outmaneuver and overwhelm traditional Egyptian infantry. And then there was the composite bow, a marvel of engineering that could launch arrows with greater force and accuracy. The Hyksos arrival marked a turning point in Egyptian history, forcing them to adapt and innovate to reclaim their dominance. You might think of ancient Egypt as a patriarchal society, and in many ways it was, but don't underestimate the role of women, especially the pharaoh's wife. She wasn't just a queen, she was a power player in her own right. This wasn't just about beauty or lineage. The pharaoh's wife could manage vast royal estates, influence the court, and even act as regent, ruling in the pharaoh's stead if he was too young or away at war, and the title they coveted most, Great Royal One. It wasn't just an honorary title, it came with real political and religious clout. Think of powerful figures like Nefertiti or Hatshepsut, who even ruled as pharaoh herself. These women weren't just standing behind their men, they were shaping the destiny of Egypt. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of awe and wonder? The ancient Egyptians felt it too. In fact, they were obsessed with the cosmos. But this wasn't just about gazing at the stars, it was about understanding them. The Egyptians were meticulous astronomers, carefully charting the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. And they didn't just observe, they applied their knowledge. Take their calendar, for example. It was based on the cycles of the star Sirius, which coincided with the annual flooding of the Nile. This wasn't just about keeping time. It was about predicting the lifeblood of their civilization. And then there are the pyramids themselves. Some aligned with astonishing precision to cardinal directions and even specific stars. It makes you wonder, what else did they know? Imagine a world where the gods weren't distant deities, but ever-present forces in your life. That was ancient Egypt. From the moment they woke up to the moment they went to sleep, Egyptians sought the favor of their gods. This wasn't just about grand temples and elaborate rituals, though there were plenty of those. It was about the little things, too. People would offer prayers and small tokens to household gods, hoping for a good harvest, protection from illness, or simply a smooth day. These gods weren't just abstract concepts, they were as real to the Egyptians as the Nile River or the scorching desert sun. This intimate relationship with the divine permeated every aspect of their lives, shaping their beliefs, their values, and their very understanding of the world. Picture this. It's 332 BC, and a young general named Alexander the Great conquers Egypt, ushering in a new era. After Alexander's death, his general Ptolemy the Soter establishes a dynasty that will rule Egypt for nearly 3 centuries. Now, you might think this is the end of Egyptian culture, but that's not how it goes. The Ptolemies were clever rulers. They knew that to rule Egypt, they had to embrace its traditions. They adopted Egyptian titles, built temples in the Egyptian style, and even presented themselves as pharaohs. But they also brought their own Greek influences, creating a fascinating blend of cultures. The Library of Alexandria, a beacon of knowledge in the ancient world, was a testament to this fusion of Greek and Egyptian intellectual pursuits. And then there's Cleopatra VII, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty. She wasn't just a cunning strategist, she was a master of image and propaganda, embracing her Egyptian heritage and solidifying her place in history. Chapter 7. Whispers from the Tomb Decoding Egyptian Art. Imagine stepping inside an ancient Egyptian tomb, the air thick with the scent of incense and thyme. But you're not met with darkness and silence. Instead, you're surrounded by a riot of color and life. The vibrant scenes of Egyptian tomb paintings. These weren't just decorations, they were messages to the afterlife, guides for the deceased on their journey to eternity. The Egyptians believed that to speak the name of the dead was to give them life in the afterlife. So they filled their tombs with images and hieroglyphs, capturing the essence of the deceased and their hopes for the next world. We see scenes of banquets, hunting expeditions, and offerings to the gods, all meant to ensure the deceased's well-being in the afterlife. These paintings offer us a glimpse into the Egyptian psyche, their beliefs, their values, and their enduring fascination with life, death, and everything in between. Chapter 8. The Weighing of the Heart. Journey to the Afterlife. Death wasn't the end for the ancient Egyptians, it was just the beginning of another journey, a journey to the afterlife. And this wasn't just some vague realm of shadows and whispers, it was a complex and well-defined place with its own rules and challenges. Central to this belief was the concept of judgment. When a person died, their heart, the seat of their soul, would be weighed against the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth and justice. If their heart was pure, they would be granted eternal life in the field of reeds, a paradise where crops flourished and the Nile flowed eternally. But if their heart was heavy with sin, they would face a fate worse than death, devoured by Amit, the devourer of souls. This belief in judgment and accountability shaped Egyptian morality, encouraging them to live virtuous lives in preparation for their ultimate test. Chapter 9. Ramses the Great, the pharaoh who had it all. In the annals of history, few names resonate with the same power as Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great. He ruled Egypt for an astonishing 66 years, a reign marked by military conquest, architectural grandeur, and, well, a bit of self-promotion. Ramses wasn't shy about showcasing his achievements. He waged war against the Hittites, a powerful empire to the north. And while the Battle of Kadesh ended in a stalemate, Ramses spun it as a glorious victory, immortalizing himself in epic poems and massive reliefs. And then there's Abu Simbel, the colossal temple complex carved into the face of a cliff, featuring towering statues of Ramses himself. Love him or hate him, you can't deny that Ramses II left an indelible mark on Egypt, shaping its destiny and securing his place as a legend for the ages. Chapter 10. Ancient Remedies, the Art of Egyptian Medicine. Long before modern hospitals and antibiotics, the ancient Egyptians were developing sophisticated medical practices. They may not have had stethoscopes or X-ray machines, but they had something just as valuable: observation, experimentation, and a deep understanding of the human body. Egyptian doctors were skilled in setting bones, treating wounds, and even performing complex surgical procedures like trepanation, which involved drilling a hole in the skull. And their knowledge wasn't limited to surgery. They developed a vast pharmacopoeia of herbal remedies and mineral-based treatments, some of which are still used in traditional medicine today. Their medical texts, like the Eva's Papyrus, read like ancient medical journals filled with detailed descriptions of ailments, symptoms, and treatments. It's a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the human spirit, always seeking ways to heal and thrive even in the face of adversity. Outro: unveiling the past, inspiring the future. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of ancient Egypt. From the towering pyramids to the intricate hieroglyphs, we've only scratched the surface of this civilization's achievements. But I hope this journey has ignited your curiosity and inspired you to delve deeper into the mysteries of the past. Because by understanding where we came from, we gain a greater appreciation for where we are today and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Stay tuned for more fascinating insights into the world's most intriguing civilizations.